Bum bum bum. Hi everybody. Anybody there? Hello, hello, hello. So hopefully you can hear something. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Thumbs up. So hopefully we are live. I just have a tootle around just to warm up a little bit. So hopefully, what's all this? Hello, hello, hello. From Buenos Aires. Aha. From Brazil. Wow. And there's me thinking I'm playing for people in Nottingham and surrounding districts. Czech Republic. Wow. Hi guys. Fantastic that you're here. From Marco. Wonderful. Wonderful. So I just want to know, can everybody see me? Can everybody hear me? Is everything okay? Just let me know, if possible. Yeah, Matt Shepherd. Yeah, I might have known. Wider screen. Pot, this is kettle. So, I presume this is 6:30 English time, 7:30 onto German time, and Italian time and Central Europe time. So thank you everybody who's tuned in. By the look of it, you do have to excuse me that I don't reply to half these things. I'm blind as a bat. Hence, in my later life, I have the spectacles and it still makes no difference whatsoever. So, we'll crack on regardless. Do a couple of shouts out up along the way. Kenneth, hi baby, nice to see you. So really, the idea of this today for this live broadcast, I think you see I've solved the curtains problem with the flag of Veneto. Luckily the book is open, so nobody's at war today. The idea is that this weekend we were supposed to have the Defend Europe concert. We was all looking forward to that. All going to go to it, have a jump about. If it was anything like last year, it would have been absolutely fantastic, but it was not to be. As everybody knows, this shit virus has swept through Europe and nailed us all to our homes. Hence, this is why we're having a little bit of a concert, house to house, so to speak. So, really, it's literally a couple of days ago that I was approached and said, do you mind doing it? Bearing in mind that I am a caveman. I know absolutely nothing about technology, about Facebook and all the rest of it. Never been on it before, probably never go on it again. But I was so impressed last week by seeing Lele from Hobbit play his set. Very inspirational. And not long after that is my old brother Dario Brasan, who was absolutely wonderful as always, with a rich baritone voice. So very, very inspirational. And I realised then that maybe this is certainly not the future, because we need to have this social interaction together. That's the whole idea of concerts, so we can rub shoulders and but it's certainly, for now, when on lockdown, it gives us a chance to sort of half socialise and listen to a little bit of music and realise that you're maybe not the fattest guy in your village when you're looking at me. Ta-da! So, couple of shout outs I just wanted to do. Here's me calling it a shout out. Is that I'm going to thank Giordano for making the initial contact and suggesting this. El Presidente, you are top man, as always. Mr. Edo, who's been my contact point to try and get this Facebook thing working, which has been a labour of love for him. He's got the patience of a saint, and we've finally got some contact. So at least we're going to do something. If you can't hear anything, at least you get to look at my ugly mush for the best part of an hour. So, first song I ever did when the first time I got contacted in Italy was by the Camelot Festival, 1991. That was my first introduction to Camelot. We went over there with Screwdriver, of course, and what a manifestation that was. We met so many great people. It was absolutely unbelievable, and the attention to detail and the professionalism was second to none. In fact, Ian was so taken with it that he got back and immediately wrote the song Return to a Camelot, which was in the key of D, I seem to remember. But today's one would be something like, got a phone call from Italia, an invitation to play a show, from my mobile telephone to yours in your home. There's no planes from the land to fight the jets coming from Japan. They've closed the campsites in the north, but they will never stop the cause. Salute all Italia, return to a Camelot. Thank you for the festival of wine. Salute all Italia, return to a Camelot. Benito Front is keeping up the fight. Where's Pancho? Are you there, Pancho? On his banjo, loves whistling and drinking wine. The sun was shining, the sky was blue. That enough and we all felt fine. Salute all Italia, return to a Camelot. Thank you for the festival of life. Salute all Italia, return to a Camelot. Benito Front is keeping up the fight. And we'll miss the solo, so we can say the Reds scream and the Reds moan. The organisers just to carry it on. All the best to all of you. Benito, we salute you. Salute all Italia, return to a Camelot. Thank you for the festival of life. Salute all Italia, return to a Camelot. Benito Front is keeping up the fight. Salute all Italia, return to a Camelot. Thank you for the festival of life. Salute all Italia, return to a Camelot. Benito Front is keeping up the fight. Mr. Pancho. I think I can hear applause from Nottingham and District. It's really weird doing this, just talking to camera, nobody around. Now I know what paranoia feels like. I have a friend in Derby who I speak to this regularly. Yeah, just a funny little side note on there. The second verse of Return to a Camelot, which is Pancho and his banjo, whistling and drinking wine. It was the first time that we went, obviously, for the Camelot Festival. And we met Mr. Pancho, who's the godfather, basically. He's really a great guy and a great comrade. But basically with the English, although he lived in London for a while and speaks of a Cockney, he also sometimes mispronounced some words or whatever, and what he didn't know, he used to whistle. So he said, well, okay, where's the pub? He'd say, well, no, we go, So this Ian thought was pretty funny, so this got included in the verse. And by God, he liked drinking wine as well. So, and it's good to know that he's still alive and kicking and still an inspiration to us all. Right, time for spectacles. Very studious, very academic, I know you're thinking. Right. Just for a start, I just want to shout out to Edda and Mick and Jimmy and everybody up in County Durham. Never forget you guys as well. It's never far from home, the flag. And everybody, obviously, you know, in Italy and Spain and England and all over Europe, everybody's locked down. So as the idea is meet it with a smile and take heart. It'll be over soon, I'm very, very sure. The nice thing I also wanted to say about Italy, just before going to the next song, is to say that from 1991, that all the guys that were there, that's from the mums and dads and children, grandpas, uncles, aunties, relatives, is that to this day, when we still go over to Italy, we still see the vast majority of them all through the generations. And now that the guys that were the hooligans back in the days are now fathers and mothers and grandfathers and grandmothers. So you're very, very inspirational, and it's great to know that the family unit still exists there as well as it does in Spain. So I also must shout out to Roberto and everybody from Madrid, everybody there. I know you guys have had a really terrible time over in Spain as well, so our heart's with you. And I believe you've got a birthday coming up soon as well, Roberto. See, the old guy never forgets. So yeah, just play a medley of bits and bobs. I was going to play an obscure batch of things, but the major request was that people said, oh, I'll play what we know. So that would be Ian's songs and not really mine. So here we go. Shame to hide such a face, I know. Who said technical issues? The scent of an English meadow wafts gently through the bars. Sound of summer harvesting can be heard from afar. Beauty of old Albion, the beauty hard to beat, but the mind has been corrupted by the changing power sea. Oh, we stand and watch them taking our freedom away. Oh, we stand and watch them taking our freedom away. Our warriors are slandered, thrown into their jails, kept from all their loved ones in dungeons deep and stale. They say that self-defense is no offense until the law starts with their lies. They'll send you down, protecting your own already guilty, the lying eyes. Oh, we stand and watch them taking our freedom away. Oh, we stand and watch them taking our freedom away. Our hearts are full of love and pride, for England is my home. Hills and dales are in our souls, the forest ours to roam. Now we lie back in our cells and think of times gone by. We think of all our lives and homes, the girls who wait and cry. Oh, we stand and watch them taking our freedom away. Oh, we stand and watch them taking our freedom away. Oh, we stand and watch them taking our freedom away. Oh, we stand and watch them Thank you very much. I don't know if this guitar's staying in tune. Give it a go. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. Right, do you want to go for that? Right. Right, a couple more shout outs that I said I'd do today. Most importantly, probably in the English one, apart from the family, is Robbie Rockstar. Britain's Got Talent. For Robbie and Carol, for Stevie, for Rosie, and all the guys down there. We don't know what we'd do without you. Absolutely love you to bits, and I know you've got a great connection with Italy yourselves. So yeah, so this is why our hearts bleeds, and this is why we do what we can for our comrades and friends and family even. We've got the family over there. So shout out to Robbie. There's a fatter one here. I've only just recently heard from him. He used to be a good mate of mine. I just haven't seen him. I think he got so fat he exploded. Chris Ipkin from Derby. He sent a few messages through yesterday. Is that fat actually? If you stand next to him, you can hear him getting fatter. But hopefully he's slimmed down a bit since the last encounter. Yeah, same as I said before for Tony. Tony Mack, I know he's on the garden having a beer now, annoying the neighbours. Absolutely superb gentleman, absolutely stout fellow. And the company that keeps as well, he's fantastic up there. And I know also he's now got a nice little connection with our Italian friends via the football and everything else, and they do little bits of vice versa, travelling and watching the matches or whatever. And I know he was looking forward to doing the Defend Europe thing, but instead we'll have to go to Camelot, brother, instead. So, one of them things. Whatever for there, like. Little bit of shout out again for Jamie and for Carol, for Jamie and for Anne, and for the Rascals, and for Stevie Cartwright, who's working tonight, also Top Man, for John. It's was up there in November time, and what a fantastic time I had up there again. It's absolutely superb, and yet again another link made through to Italy. I know they're very good friends between them, and actually Nemesis played at the last Camelot there. It was superb. So yes, I think that's what I was saying. And just, we didn't want this to be a sour note tonight, but just to worry, we mention there's a lady, Kaz Brown, who unfortunately shuffled off this mortal coil and left us this week. Unfortunately, it wasn't a corona thing, it was a long battle with cancer. She had a large family with her, and lots of friends supported her, and she's going to be terribly missed. So a little shout out for Kaz. And Odin, watch over you, my darling. About the time my daddy left to fight the Great War, I saw my first pistol in the general store. General store, when I was 13, probably was the greatest thing I ever did see. You know, I asked if I could have it when I was growing up. My mama lost her temper, yeah, she nearly blew up, nearly blew up. Couldn't understand. Mama said the pistol was the devil's right hand, the devil's right hand, devil's right hand. Mama said the pistol was the devil's right hand, devil's right hand, devil's right hand. Mama said the pistol was the devil's right hand. I said my very first pistol was a Cannonball Colt. Shoot as fast as lightning, but it loaded right slow, loaded right slow. Soon found out it could get you into trouble, but it couldn't get you out. Then I went and bought myself a Colt 45, called the Peacemaker, but I never knew why, never knew why. I couldn't understand. Mama said the pistol was the devil's right hand, the devil's right hand, devil's right hand. Mama said the pistol was the devil's right hand, devil's right hand, devil's right hand. Mama said the pistol was the devil's right hand. You see, I walked into a card game in a saloon in town. I caught a man cheating, someone shot the dog down. I shot the dog down, I watched a man fall. He never touched his horse and never had a chance at all. And early in the morning they got me out of bed. They asked me how I'm feeling, not guilty I said. Not guilty I said, you got the wrong man. Nothing touched the trigger but the devil's right hand. The devil's right hand, devil's right hand. Nothing touched the trigger but the devil's right hand. Devil's right hand, devil's right hand. Nothing touched the trigger but the devil's right hand. The devil's right hand, devil's right hand. Nothing touched the trigger but the devil's right hand. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is the one for Kaz. We live in changing time. Certain thoughts are now our prime. Power flows through an evil pen. Freedom's light is going dim. One day suddenly I'm forced to take my leave. Will you still carry on with the things that we believe? One day suddenly they take my life away. Will you still be fighting to win a bright new day? The people stood against us. They seem to be above the law. With the power to listen into private moments in your life, the power to come kick down your door. One day suddenly I'm forced to take my leave. Will you still carry on with the things that we believe? One day suddenly you take my life away. You still be fighting to win a bright new day. Strength has come from ideals many years old, a strength that has survived within our blood, a strength our foe has recognized and sworn to drag it down. They want to drag our people through the mud. One day suddenly I'm forced to take my leave. Will you still carry on the things that we believe? One day suddenly they take my life away. Will you still be fighting to win a bright new day? One day suddenly I'm forced to take my leave. Will you still carry on with the things that we believe? One day suddenly you take my life away. Will you still be fighting to win a bright new day? Bless you, Kaz. Owed him watch you. Okay, so so a couple more shouts while we're there. Let's have a think. The shame is, because of this medium and my bad eyes, even with glasses doesn't make a difference, is that it looks like there's 1,000,001 messages coming up and I can't see a thing. So you just have to bear with me. I'm sure there's 1,000,001 people that I'm going to forget tonight just to say hello to, and I remember you. By every country, it's far too many people. Can you imagine saying hello to everybody with them in Italy? Oh dear, that's, yeah, it doesn't happen. So it's just a general shout out to people, really. So, for the good guys, Mr. Eve. Talking to Chris Hipkin being fat, the man that challenges him all the way from Germany is Mr. Eve as well. He's the only guy that once wore a Malcolm X t-shirt and a helicopter landed on him. That was quite spectacular. But yeah, absolutely one of life's good guys, and I love him like a brother, but I'll never tell him that. Mottet and Kirsten, Powell of course. Hello guys, I'm sure you're having a watching. We're ready for you again for your next visit. Mr. Hokan, thank you so much for your invaluable advice, especially this last week, and thank you so much for being a dear friend for many years. I really value your friendship and brotherhood. Same again, you are the ugliest man in the world, but I really love you like a brother. For health matters as well, Mr. Kane, Miss Lisa. Hello, bro. I know you'll be watching intently if you're not rolling in the rose bushes fighting policemen. So I hope that's all going well. Let's have a go. Neil from down the road, and Marco and the gang from South Germany who come up here and come and visit us. Hello, guys. It's a shame you can't be in the bar partying and going at it like crazy as you normally are. Also for Benny Redbeard, Tracy, also Ben up there as well. Happy birthday for Sunday, Ben. Cambridge Steve, always top man. Was honoured to be at your birthday party not long back, brother. It was fantastic. I hate guitars. Something like, you know. So, I'm getting further down my list, so you will see me straining with the eyes and everything else. So, you can take many requests, but this, I don't know if I'll get through this at all. But Mr. Barney, we've met very briefly one time, but we stayed in contact, and I've really got to get to your studio and drink loads of beer with you one day and record something. So I hope that happens in the near future. Born to be king, fate had a helping hand. My future in stone to defend my land. Born of true blood, my destiny is now sealed. My glory awaits. To battlefields, come lords and sit by me. Around this table your faith is your loyalty. Come lords and sit by me. Not alone, not alone here. Knights stand to arms in the court of my Camelot. Upon every siege, a name scribed in gold. In honor they sit, proud in their loyalty. A knight with a name, the future untold. Come lords and sit by me. Around this table your faith is your loyalty. Come lords and sit by me. Not alone, not alone here. Yeah, I know. My daughter. Excalibur flees from the hands of my trusted knight. My queens now they come to see their king fall. Now rest me to peace, for I shall return again. but pray for your soul. You see me no more, see me no more. Come, Lord, and sit by me. Around this table, faith is your loyalty. Come, Lord, and sit by me, not alone. Come, Lord, and sit by me. No longer frightened, just put your faith in me. Come, Lord, and sit by me, not alone. Not alone. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. Do you know, I keep envisioning that you're all together in a pub, watching this together, getting drunk and throwing bottles at the television set. But of course, with the onset of this terrible disease, everybody is trapped in their own house. Unless, of course, Italian style, you're doing it on the balcony, having a sing-song, which is very beautiful in the Italian language, but in the English one, it's not so wonderful, to be fair. Oh dear. This medium that we're using, this Facebook, I have to say I haven't said opponent of it, but I've just by choice not wanted to go on this because of interference by the powers that be, and I'm sure you know who they are. I'm probably watching this as well. Hello to you. Hello, hello, hello to you, Mr. Policeman. But I have to say that this medium to get through to everybody sat at home, when people are a little bit isolated and sometimes go a little bit stir crazy, it really is a wonderful thing. I'm very old school, so I like the old get-togethers and a beer and a jumper bar and everything else, which is great. But at this moment, separated from each other is fantastic. And also I think it's a time for reflection as well. Is that, although I can't see the screen very well because it's too far away for my old eyes, is that the salutes that are coming in are literally from around the world. I think I mentioned earlier on, it's from like Buenos Aires and from Brazil, Australia. Hi Scott, hope you and the guys are well. Fantastic at Defend Europe last year, what a great gig that was. And literally through every country within Europe, through Scandinavia, over to America. And it just makes me wonder with the old animosities that we used to have against each other's countries. You know, this certain group didn't like this certain group, and fighting at every concert and this and the other over literally nothing. And maybe this is a time to reflect and to think that your nearest neighbour is going through exactly the same thing that you are, got the same principles and values as you. And when we look to how it's expanded, I'm looking, remember Ian Stewart, look with caution to the east, he said. Well, I actually look with hope to the east when I look to our comrades in Ukraine, who fought a very, very bloody battle there. And most of the guys that used to come to concerts there, they are now suited and booted and on the front line of these things, and they've now made a big difference over there and to the lives of people. Also in Russia too, but for the Ukraine, for Mr. Arseny, love you like my brother, you know I do. It's been too long since I've seen him. But and I believe on Sunday night, Soccer Perunia are playing a live feed as well. So check that band out because they're absolutely fantastic. If you get the CDs, the quality is, it blows everybody away. As a vocalist, it's just raw power. My wife is a big fan of this, considering I've got my weedy little voice here doing balladeering. But yeah, and also into Russia, you know. Hi, Kolya and everybody else over there, and the guys I haven't seen for a little while. If Mr. Putin's let you watch this. And really, this is a place of hope that's coming into, you know, that's got our way of thinking and really making a difference. And then you look to the other side of it for the borders, you know, for Greece is under pressure now for the hordes that are trying to invade these lands. They're really under the cosh with it. And it's also been buried in the news by this coronavirus. It was a very good time to bury a lot of bad news, I think, for there. But yeah, so my message simply is have a think on your neighbours next time we get our freedom and get to go to a concert, and the guy from a country that you're perhaps not particularly fussed on, maybe have a think on and think it's better to share a beer with him and build this community and this family that we have, rather than just having a mindless drunken punch up for no reason whatsoever. I'm now 50, so I can say these things. Seen him. Which reminds me, hello Griff. Hopefully you're having a little watchy poo over in Germany. Congratulations for Mr. Sebastian, the grandson. Beautiful guy. Makes me wonder who the grandpa really is. Okay, where were we? Okay, how are we doing for time? Oh God, I've been doing too much talking as usual and not any music. So, last thing I was going to say, another shame for this, well, terrible devastation with the coronavirus from Lombardy and Verona and everywhere else. We were supposed to come across and play some concerts this year. One has to do with Mr. McClellan. Ken, if you're watching, how you doing? Hope everything's well. One day we'll have to do this together if technology allows. So yeah, we was going to do the first Stigger and Ken gig. I think we was going to call it Hell Freezes Over. Because I think that Pride album was pretty good, eh? No, I quite enjoyed that, to be fair. Yeah, I did like that actually. I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll tell you what we'll do. I might even stick the spectacles on for this. I think with the spectacles on I look like a younger, more handsome brother of Toast and Dario. Or maybe the middle brother, I'm not really sure. This one I'll give out for Jay and Denise, because I'm sure they're watching by now and throwing things at the set. Hello guys. Because I know Denise likes to have a dance. Get in my skin, in my soul. I was born to rock and roll. Fine lines that look so sharp. Breaks my skin, it breaks my heart. Hey Andy, what you gonna do? Paint my skin red, white and blue. Come on boys, get yourself tattooed. Hey Andy, what you gonna do? Paint my skin red, white and blue. Come on boys, get yourself tattooed. Hear the buzz of that electric gun. It's me against the pain, and this time I won. I wonder every time that I come through your door. Today's the day I land on your floor. Hey Andy, what you gonna do? Paint my skin red, white and blue. Come on boys, get yourself tattooed. Hey Andy, what you gonna do? Paint my skin red, white and blue. Come on boys, get yourself tattooed. This is for Alex. Demons and dragons flying for space. Demons and dragons all over the place. They fill my chest, my arms, and most of my back. Where next for your gun to attack? Nowhere! Hey Andy, what you gonna do? Paint my skin red, white and blue. Come on boys, get yourself tattooed. Hey Andy, what you gonna do? Paint my skin red, white and blue. Come on boys, get yourself tattooed. Get into my skin, into my soul. I was born to rock and roll. Fine lines look so sharp. Breaks my skin and it breaks my heart. Hey Andy, what you gonna do? Paint my skin red, white and blue. Come on boys, get yourself tattooed. Hey Andy, what you gonna do? skin red, weighted blue. Woo, woo, woo. Come on, boys, get yourself down. Yeah, I used to like all the old rock and roll things we used to do back in the day. It always reminds me of Dario, Mr. Rock and Roll, and Erica, and young Mr. Etere as well. He used to all bits and bobs, you remember? Train rolls on down the line. Please take me far away. I feel the wind blow outside my door. They're taking my woman away. Tuesday's gone, Tuesday's gone with the wind. My baby's gone with the wind. Tuesday's gone with the wind. My baby's gone. Big wheels keep on turning, carry me home to my kin, singing songs about the Southlands. Wish Alabama once again, and I think it's a sin, yeah. Ooh, well, I heard Neil Young sing about them. Heard old Neil shut him down. I hope Neil Young does remember. Southern man don't need him around anyhow. Sweet home Alabama, where the skies are so blue. Sweet home Alabama, Lord, I'm coming home to you. We're down in Louisiana, down in New Orleans, down in Lincoln and down the Evergreen. Little young boy with sticks and wood, little young boy named Johnny be good. He didn't like taking over his land, so Johnny did the right thing, joined the. I said go, go Johnny, go, go. Go Johnny, go, go, go. Go Johnny, go, go, go. Go Johnny, go, go, go. Johnny joined the. Ha! Well, that next song to be. Gathered here is Klansman true, self-respect. Ooh, it's a Klansman song. Anyway, that's enough of the rock and roll. Yeah, as I said, it would have been nice to do the thing with Ken. We never had a practice. We didn't know what was coming, what was happening. But terrible watch. Hopefully we would have muddled our way through. We had some nice little songs we used to play from the Pride album, which was. If you can see and you're already there, take a brush, take up a chair. So take as much as you like and stay in chains. But they used to play the old. Though I am just a small child, sitting here in the dark, now there comes a falling silence. I now walk through the park. The streets are now covered with the blood of the brave. This, my last city of hope, now reduced to a grave. My country is again in tune. Is my race now finally tuned? Though the red flag has its hold, what will the future unfold? So there was that one, which I really liked. That was called Berlin. And then there was everybody needs something to live for. Everybody needs a reason to die. Everybody's got their own war. A moment's freedom and that ain't a lie. Emotional complex, it's good against bad. Dreaming the only dream that I've ever had. My dream is freedom, my dream is glory. Writing the final chapter in our nation's story. I heeded the call, and I bear no guilt. My back's to the wall, my defenses are built. My defenses are built. Yeah. So none of this is practice, by the way. I'm just remembering what the songs were. Another one off that album was the short plectrum. That's no good. Maybe. Raise a glass and drink a beer for our comrades far and near, brothers in the fatherland, waiting for our plane to land. Have a drink with me, have a drink with me. Raise your glass and have a drink with me. So that's what we could have been doing. I don't know what it sounds like out there. Oh, there's a little bit of a fudge through. So I actually don't have so much time left, according to this. So we do a little shouty out again. Yeah, for the grace of Ukraine. Mr. Loic as well. Sorry, Loic, I was going to mention a little bit earlier, my friend. We know we've only just got back in contact again from the groups that are in France. I know you guys have had a bit of a rough time as well over there, but it's nice to make contact again, and I hope everything's good and you're staying safe and well. I think I'd already mentioned Mr. Kennett and Zaga and Minnie and the guys from Flanders. If you think my nose was big, you should see his. Incredible. Mike out in Croatia as well. Hi Mike, hope everything's well with you and the family. And for Bojan and Marco and everybody, hopefully see you again or before long. And as I said, it really is the most terrible set of glasses. So since we only sort of have 10 minutes left, 10 minutes. I do a little shout out as well. Obviously, it's impossible to mention our Italian brothers and sisters, but obviously, from 1991, myself and Ian were inducted and very proud members from the VFS from years ago. And what an organisation and what a fantastic family that they've got over there. Never mind the organisational part of you and the music and everything else. It's just how they live their life day to day and the actual brotherhood. And they're coming together and supporting different causes. It's absolutely fantastic. And we went down the other year down to Rome. They have good connections with Rome, and I mean today with the Hammerskins and everybody, like great organisations. I know them guys. I've got a live gig tomorrow night, which I hope goes very well. I hope it's a smashing success. Francesco and Davide down in Rome and whatever. When we played at the house down there with Bound for Glory, got to meet Ed for the first time for Bound for Glory. What a fantastic fellow he was as well. And you can just see what all these Italian organisations not just do for themselves, but do for other people as well. So we all owe them a great big debt of gratitude. and now this shit virus has come in like and hitting them so hard that we should all give them the support that they so drastically need. Just hope over the worst of it now, and we can get it out of the way, and we can look at it just a bad year and sweep it under the carpet. Yeah, so really as well, obviously up in Berlin, the Van Dalen and the dance troupe of the Alcoholic Choir up there. Hello to all you guys. You know who you are. You know. Obviously, we mentioned for Hokey Cokey, this guy's for over even everybody. Down in the south, my main potato, always has been, always will be, Mr. Alex. I don't know if technology's caught up with you at the moment, like, so you can be watching this with your dear wife and the kids. But we are sort of 30 years strong now, and really love him like a brother. Same as the other guys we met back in the early days from the Kolbstube on Marienplatz. Very, very interesting days. My first experience actually with Screwdriver going over to Germany, and we had some lovely runs in with the Coppers, and just see how they operated as well in Germany. What a fine body of people there were down that neck of the woods. And today we go even further. We go down and see Thomas and the guys, Words of Anger guys. Fantastic, played there last year. Absolutely loved it to death. Your hospitality was brilliant. Absolutely loved it. And it's a shame with this virus, because we were due to come and see you again this year. But we should do it. We should do it. We should come over and come and have a little beer and a small sherry maybe. But yeah, so as I say, for Alex and for Stefan, for Mark G over there as well, like the world's greatest book writer and all-round good egg. I haven't heard from him for a little while, but I presume everything's good with him, and same with Stefan. And Barco Little Horse, the funniest man in the world. Some of these guys have been coming to our area for nearly 30 years as well, coming when they're 18 years old. Used to just get in a car and drive all the way from Stuttgart. Oh, bless them. So we're very blessed to have our Italian family and German family and families throughout the rest of Europe. That's how we should look at them, as the big family, really, as the big family. So, last two songs we'll do. It's got to be something inspirational. Got to be something inspirational. I think. Yeah, we'll do these last two. The last shouts on before this one, obviously, is to my dear wife, my dear daughter, and to all the local hooligans around here that's tuning in. Although they could probably see me through the bedroom window from there, like. So the local shout out as well. The sun on the meadow is summerly warm, and the stag in the forest runs free. They gather together to greet us all. Tomorrow belongs to me. Tomorrow belongs to me. Oh, the branch on the linden is leafy and green, and the blankets go to the sea. But somewhere a glory waits unseen. Tomorrow belongs to me. Tomorrow belongs to me. Well, the baby in his cradle is closing his eyes, and the blossom embraces the bee. But soon says the whisper, arise, arise, tomorrow belongs to me. Tomorrow belongs to me. Fatherland, fatherland, show us a sign that your children have been waiting to see. The morning will come when the world is mine. Tomorrow belongs to me. Tomorrow belongs to me. Tomorrow belongs. Tomorrow belongs to me. Thank you very much. So we enter the last couple of minutes before we take the nosedive. I know in this last hour it's what the Italians call the aperitivo time. Aperitivo? What am I? Aperitivo time. Shut up, Stick. So for all the guys that's having a beer and having the aperitif, and I'm sure something a little bit strong a little bit later on, I suspect the grappa will come into play at some point. Before we do a last song, yeah, I'll do that one actually to finish with. I would just like to say for everybody during this pandemic or whatever they're calling it, this crisis, the most important thing is to stay safe and well. You know, the last war, 8 million people lost. All that's been asked for you at the moment is to stay at home. You know, whatever this thing is that's going around Europe is not good. So people laid down their lives in the last war. All you have to do is sit on your backside, watch your television, even watch a fat old git like me sing away, or trying to sing away anyway. So please, please, please do be careful, and I will see you all in good health for our next concert, which there'll be loads beforehand, but Camelot's going to be something spectacular next year. I can feel it in my water. So let's just have a look at the last thing here. Yeah, lessons to be learned. While we're all sat at home, we all miss each other terribly. Whether it's your brother, sister, mother, grandfather, you know, nieces, nephews, your neighbour, your pal, whatever it is, we're locked down. When we get our freedom, realise how important your freedom is. And use it wisely. And use it constructively as well. Two last little things I'd like to say. My last shout out would be going to the Pushevo family, who treat me like a son. As everybody knows, that myself and Kaya were very close. I lost Kaya some years ago. But for the mother and father, for Renata and Emilio, of the big boss, Piero, Martina, Fabio, Dario, and for our beautiful lady, Kika, we love you and we miss you so much. When all this is over, we shall all meet again. Thank you for making me part of your family for the last nearly 30 years, and share so much time with you. And we miss you so much, so terribly, and we think about you every day. Renata and Emilio, please do stay safe and well at this terrible time, because I want to sit at your table, have a glass of wine with you, and tell you that it tastes fantastic. Fantastico. And for Renata, for my bacala, and for the pasta and everything else, is the thing that keeps me going. So I love you all very, very much. Please keep safe and well. I love the whole family. The last shouts before I play this one. People that we've lost and we missed. Ian Stewart, every day of my life, who left us with the gift of song and his words and inspiration. Fritzer, from Berlin, from Van Dalen, a superb comrade. Loved him to death. Went far, far before his time. It was his birthday the other day, so still think of him every day. A fantastic comrade. Domi, of course, he was the president of our football club, Sorio, Rangers supporters, #1. Hello, Luca, I know you'll be watching. And of course, Mr. Kayo, who I'm sure watches over me every day. And we've got the memories, if nothing else. And that's why I have to keep coming back and back and back again, because it's the family. So thank you for all your help, love and support. Thank you for inviting me today to make this short broadcast. Don't know really what to say. I can't really express my gratitude enough for everything that you've done for me personally and done for our movement as well. And long may it continue. For Giordano and for all the guys, you know who you are. Superb. So much respect. So much respect for you all. Thank you so much for everything you've done. If you look closely, look into our eyes, you'll see a look there that will. In fact, I'm going to play it in a different key, I think. Because I'm getting old and I can't reach these ranges. If you look closely, look into our eyes, you'll see a look there that will never say die. We've been through too much to give it all in. One day though, we know not when, but we will win. We will never give in. We will never give in. No, no, no. A message to our enemies with their treacherous beliefs. Our ideas are stronger until death will be your release. Our strength, it comes from heritage, from very blood itself. The land from which our culture came, we don't fight for wealth. We will never give in. We will never give in. No, no, no. We've been through many battles and lost comrades on the way. To give in quietly would their memory betray. So we march now onwards to meet our destiny. Our fate is in our own hands, and that's the way it's got to be. Yeah. We will never give in. 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 No, no, no. Thank you very much for listening, guys. If you have a God, may it go with you. See you soon.